Listen closely, because what we are about to discuss goes far beyond a simple gesture of affection. A hug is not just a greeting or a casual formality. It is a powerful tool of connection, communication, and even attraction. When a woman allows you into her personal space, she is subconsciously assessing you, evaluating your presence, your energy, and your ability to provide emotional stability. She is asking a silent question that her conscious mind may not even recognize. Can I feel safe with this man? Most men misunderstand this. They treat hugs as transactional, an opportunity to move the interaction forward, or as a mere prelude to intimacy. But a hug is much more profound than that. It communicates confidence, calm, and control without a single word being spoken. It speaks directly to the emotional and biological centers of the brain, triggering feelings of trust, comfort, and even desire when done correctly. In this guide, you will learn how to transform a simple hug into a meaningful, high-impact connection. You will discover how posture, touch, breath, and subtle cues work together to create an emotional imprint that lingers long after the hug ends. By mastering these principles, you won't just give a hug, you will create an experience, a moment of presence that communicates strength, safety, and magnetism. Understanding the science and psychology behind touch is the first step to becoming a man who is remembered, desired, and trusted. This is not about manipulation. It's about mastering your own presence and giving women the experience they instinctively crave. A hug is far more than a simple physical gesture. It is a direct line to the brain's emotional centers. Specifically, it communicates with the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and pleasure. When you hug someone, her body is not just registering touch, it is analyzing your confidence, stability, and energy. Done correctly, a hug can trigger a powerful release of oxytocin and dopamine, the chemicals responsible for bonding, comfort, and even subtle attraction. Most men fail because they overlook the subconscious signals their body is sending. A shaky hand, a rushed embrace, or shallow breathing communicates uncertainty and weakness. The brain notices these microsignals instantly. On the other hand, when you hug with intention, you send a clear message: I am calm, I am grounded, and you are safe with me. This is not about controlling someone. It is about creating a moment of emotional clarity where she feels secure and drawn to your presence. Your posture is the foundation of this effect. A stable, grounded stance communicates dominance without words. Imagine your body as a rock in the center of a storm, unmovable, confident, and calm. When she steps into your embrace, she senses this stability on a biological level. Her nervous system relaxes, her breathing slows, and a subtle bond begins to form. The mechanics of a hug are simple yet profound. It is not about rushing or overthinking. Every element, from posture to pressure to timing, works together to create a seamless connection. When executed properly, a hug communicates strength, security, and magnetism, qualities that words alone cannot convey. The first step to mastering a hug is your stance. Before any physical contact, you must be grounded, both physically and mentally. Plant your feet shoulder-width apart and imagine your body as an immovable mountain. This stance communicates strength, confidence, and stability without saying a word. A man who sways, leans in, or appears hesitant subconsciously signals weakness, and a woman's nervous system instantly notices. When she steps into your space, let her collapse into your embrace. Don't fall into hers. This subtle difference speaks volumes. You are the anchor, the solid presence she can rely on. It's a physical metaphor for emotional support. Women are constantly scanning for men who can handle not just a hug, but the emotional storms of life. If you can't hold your own weight in a hug, how can you handle the weight of a relationship? Being the rock also means maintaining calm energy. Your body language, breathing, and micro movements must all convey confidence. Avoid fidgeting, jitteriness, or overenthusiasm. Stand still, breathe slowly and deeply. Let your presence communicate that you are comfortable in your own skin and in her presence. This posture does more than impress. It creates safety. Safety is the gateway to attraction, and attraction flows naturally when a woman feels secure. By mastering your stance, you send a silent but powerful signal. I am grounded. I am reliable. I am here, fully present and unshakable. A proper stance is the foundation of every hug. Without it, the following steps, touch, breath, and disconnect, lose their impact. Once your stance is solid, the next critical element of a high-impact hug is hand placement. Where and how you place your hands communicates more than words ever could. It signals protection, intimacy, and confidence simultaneously. Most men either underperform with weak, casual touches or overstep with aggressive gestures. Both extremes undermine attraction. The triangle of tension is a simple yet powerful framework. One hand high, either between her shoulder blades or gently cupping the back of her neck. This placement subconsciously signals protection. It communicates that you are capable of keeping her safe and in control. One hand low, on the small of her back, lightly pressing her hips toward you. This adds grounding and intimate connection without crossing boundaries. The diagonal tension created by these 2 points communicates dominance and reassurance at the same time. Think of it like a weighted blanket, firm, calm pressure that creates comfort and trust. You are neither aggressive nor timid. You are giving her stability and security while also engaging her body on a subconscious level. Do not move your hands randomly or fidget. Intentionality is key. Each hand placement has a purpose, and stillness is more attractive than constant motion. This combination taps into a primal recognition. Women are biologically wired to seek a partner who is both protector and partner, strong yet emotionally available. Mastering hand placement is not about manipulation. It's about communicating your presence and confidence through subtle physiological cues. Done correctly, this step significantly deepens the connection and sets the stage for the next layer, breath and resonance. The third key element of a transformative hug is your breath and presence. How you breathe communicates far more than words ever could. A slow, deep inhale signals calm and confidence, while shallow or rapid breathing betrays tension or nervousness. When your chest is aligned with hers, your heartbeat and breathing create a subtle physiological resonance, a subconscious syncing that her body notices immediately. To maximize this effect, inhale slowly through your nose, audibly enough for her to perceive without feeling forced. As you exhale, add a gentle low vibration, a subtle hum or chest rumble. This sound is primal. It conveys contentment, stability, and control. Think of it as a silent, calming signal that reassures her nervous system. You are safe here. I am grounded. You can relax. This step is more than relaxation. It is emotional calibration. If your energy is anxious, she will mirror it. If your energy is calm and steady, she will settle into your presence naturally. The combination of firm hand placement, grounded stance, and intentional breathing creates a sensory imprint that lingers well after the hug ends. By mastering breath and resonance, you are not just hugging. You are communicating at a subconscious level, creating a moment that feels both safe and magnetic. This is the bridge between simple touch and deep emotional connection, setting the stage for anticipation and desire. The final element of a high-impact hug is how you disengage. Most men make the mistake of either holding on too long or pulling away abruptly. Both behaviors break the emotional connection. The goal is to create a disconnect void, a subtle, intentional pause that leaves her wanting more. As you begin to release the hug, slowly relax your grip, but don't immediately step back. Keep your bodies close and maintain eye contact. This small gap, combined with visual connection, creates tension and anticipation. Let her feel your presence lingering, even as physical contact diminishes. This moment is magnetic. It draws her in without force. Your gaze is just as important as your hands. Look at her with soft confidence, like you know a secret she doesn't. Avoid staring aggressively or glancing away. Both signal insecurity or distraction. Hold her eyes for a few seconds, allowing the tension to build. She will instinctively feel the difference between warmth and absence, which creates a strong emotional imprint. This subtle contrast, the comfort of your embrace followed by the controlled absence, trains her mind to value your presence. It's not manipulation, it's a natural biological response. When executed correctly, the disconnect void enhances desire, emotional attachment, and anticipation for future interactions. By mastering this final step, you ensure that every hug leaves a lasting impression, making you memorable, magnetic, and irresistibly compelling. Another subtle but powerful layer of attraction comes from scent. The olfactory system is unique. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to the emotional centers of the brain. A woman can be influenced by your scent before she even realizes it consciously. This makes hygiene and a subtle, signature fragrance crucial for creating lasting impressions. Avoid overpowering cologne or artificial scents. Instead, aim for something grounded and masculine, such as wood, leather, or musk. When combined with a well-executed hug, your scent becomes an emotional bookmark, triggering feelings of safety, comfort, and attraction long after the hug ends. Think of it as subconscious messaging. The next time she encounters a similar scent, her mind will recall the positive feelings associated with you. This is a form of sensory anchoring, and it strengthens the emotional and biological connection you are creating. Hygiene and scent also signal self-care and high value. Women are biologically attuned to notice these cues. They indicate that a man takes care of himself and, by extension, can take care of others. By combining posture, hand placement, breath, and scent, you create a multi-layered experience that resonates on both a conscious and subconscious level, making your presence unforgettable and magnetic. A hug is not just about physical technique, it is a reflection of your inner energy and mindset. Most men approach intimacy from a place of need, seeking validation or approval. This creates tension and undermines attraction. The secret to a magnetic hug is giving, not taking. You offer warmth, stability, and presence as a gift without expecting anything in return. This mindset shift is called outcome independence. In your mind, you are complete and whole, whether she responds positively or not. You are present in the moment, offering comfort and strength because it is natural, not because you need her approval. A man with this mindset communicates calm, confidence, and security, qualities that are biologically attractive to women. When you hug from a giving mindset, your muscles relax, your breathing slows, and your energy becomes magnetic and reassuring. Women can feel the difference. A needy hug feels clingy and suffocating, while a grounded, confident hug feels like a warm, safe space they can sink into. This shift is also about understanding female psychology. Women are drawn to men who are strong enough to provide presence and security, yet emotionally balanced enough to allow freedom. By giving without needing, you create a sense of freedom and trust, which naturally fosters desire and deeper connection. Remember, a hug is not a transaction. It is an opportunity to communicate your strength, stability, and self-assured energy. Mastering this mindset transforms a simple embrace into an experience that lingers in her mind long after the moment ends. Many men unintentionally undermine attraction by giving what they think a woman wants while avoiding their own masculine energy. Hesitant hugs, hover hands, or A-frame hugs, where you lean in but keep your hips distant, signal fear or uncertainty. Women subconsciously detect this and feel a lack of security or presence. The key to avoiding this trap is polarity. Attraction thrives on contrast. You are masculine, firm, and grounded. She is feminine, receptive, and fluid. Matching her energy or being overly cautious flattens the spark. Confidence in touch communicates clarity, purpose, and emotional stability, all of which are biologically attractive. A nice guy hug often comes from a place of fear. Fear of offending, fear of overstepping, or fear of rejection. This communicates hesitation rather than protection and presence. Women are drawn to men who are decisive but respectful, strong yet emotionally intelligent. By embracing your masculine energy, you create a subtle tension that draws her in, rather than pushing her away with uncertainty. Mastery of touch requires balancing respect, confidence, and intentionality. You are not aggressive. You are firm and self-assured. You set the tone and boundaries naturally, creating an environment where she feels safe, valued, and simultaneously intrigued. Avoiding the nice guy approach is less about changing her response and more about aligning your behavior with your own strength and presence. For a deeper emotional connection, try the heart-to-heart hug. Instead of the standard right-to-right shoulder alignment, switch to left-to-left. This subtle adjustment aligns your hearts, creating a sense of intimacy and vulnerability without words. The impact is largely subconscious. By bringing your heart closer to hers, you trigger a natural physiological response, emotional resonance, increased oxytocin release, and a feeling of closeness that feels deeper than a regular hug. This technique is not for every encounter. It works best in moments where trust and mutual interest are already established, such as a date or a private conversation. This hug signals courage and emotional strength. Only a man who is confident in himself can allow this level of vulnerability, and women instinctively recognize it. By aligning physically and emotionally, you create a subtle but powerful imprint that lingers long after the hug ends, strengthening attraction and reinforcing the sense of safety and presence you are cultivating. The final layer of a high-impact hug is eye contact. How you look at her after the hug communicates more than words ever could. Avoid looking down, away, or distracted. These are signals of insecurity or disinterest. Instead, hold her gaze with soft confidence, showing calm control and emotional presence. This gaze should last a few seconds, long enough to create subtle tension, but not so long that it feels intimidating. Use what Italians call spraitura, a studied carelessness, a relaxed, confident look that suggests you know a secret about her that she doesn't yet realize. Your eyes convey dominance, presence, and attentiveness all at once. During this moment, watch her responses carefully. A shy smile or a downward glance indicates comfort and attraction. Pupil dilation signals interest. If she looks away abruptly, it may mean the hug was too intense, and you can adjust next time. The key is maintaining composure and control while reading subtle cues. Eye contact after a hug extends the connection beyond the physical touch. It reinforces emotional intimacy, enhances anticipation, and leaves a lasting impression. When executed properly, this final step ensures your presence lingers in her mind, strengthening both attraction and trust.